Hello, students that are in English 3360 for the spring 2022 semester. I'm your teacher, Dr. Susan Garza, so welcome to the semester and welcome to class, and I hope you're all doing well, especially considering how crazy things have been, and hopefully we can have a good semester and things won't be too mixed up or too many effects from all the things that are going on with COVID and other things. So we'll hope for the best. I have two sections of this course that I'm teaching, and in Blackboard I have combined them, and one course meets at 3:30 on Wednesdays and the other one meets at 5:30 on Wednesdays. It's a blended course, so on Monday we don't meet in person. The rest of the course is done online. But you're more than welcome to come either time. For the first 2 weeks, I'm going to encourage you to just meet in my Zoom room, and the address for my Zoom room is on the syllabus, and I also sent out an email. But if you didn't get the email and you have questions on that, you can send me an email and I'll be glad to send you that link. And mainly I'm doing that because things are right now are a little sketchy. The virus, even though it's not as severe, it's sort of spreading a lot, and so we don't want people to get, any kind of sick if we can avoid that. I know a lot of you probably may have kids at home, or you may have other people who you don't want to be affected. And I will be in the classroom on Wednesday. If you do end up coming in person, I would request that you wear a mask, again, just for safety and to keep everyone healthy. But for the first 2 weeks, we'll be in Zoom, so I'll have my Zoom open for that. I mainly want to talk to you in this video just to kind of show you a little bit about kind of the overview of the course and to help you get started. This is when you go into Blackboard, this is what you will see. This is the student view, and I've got info here. Look at the syllabus. And then I've got the schedule set up in weekly folders, so you can click here and you'll see the syllabus. If you click on the syllabus, you will see, here's the link to my Zoom room. Now there's a link here for the Zoom meeting too. That will take you into the Zoom application, but you would still have to find my room. So you would need this information once you got there. Then the schedule, you can see here on the schedule, the work that you do will be due on Sunday midnight of the second week. I've set up the schedule on 2 week. 2 week, I can't think of the word, 2 weeks, every 2 weeks work will be due. I find, and this kind of has come out of the last 2 years, and what I've experienced with teaching during COVID and everything that was going on, because there were several times when I did need to give more time based on what was going on, and had work due every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week. But I found out that really kind of works well. Some of you like to get things done early, and if you do, you can get it done the first week of the 2 week period. It's some of you that need a little more time, or you might not have time to the second week. You would have a little bit more time to do that, or you could break it up. But anyway, I'm going to try that. I think it will work a little bit better. So it's set up in 2 week increments, and your work will be due at the end of Sunday night on the second week. Now, the way I deal with late work, I don't go in and count off points if you don't have something turned in exactly by midnight on Sunday night. As long as you get it in, if something comes up, your computer dies on Sunday night, or something else, you're traveling and you can't quite get to where you can turn everything in. As long as you get it in by the time I grade it, which, I usually go in and look at stuff, that Monday or Tuesday. As long as you're keep up, if you're late and you don't turn things in all the time, that's not good. But just think in terms of being respectful of me, and you don't have to email me every time you have some little problem. Just be responsible and take care of it. And if you need a little bit more time, it's not the end of the world for me. But you do want to keep up, because the work builds, and it's not the kind of thing where you can do it all, in 1 week or something like that. It just doesn't work like that, because we're focusing on writing, and so all semester you're going to want to be showing your progress and learning about, writing, what writing is and what writers do, as well as your own writing. You want to see improvement in that. So the other thing is, when you have questions, post those under the first required posting for each of the 2-week periods. I don't want you to be sending individual emails to me that have to do with the course content. And this is the way to think of that. If we were doing all of this face to face, you wouldn't sit there and not say anything in class. You would ask me questions. You wouldn't send me individual emails to ask me questions about the class. From a practical standpoint, if you send me things in my email, no telling how long it may be for me to get to responding to it. I might miss it. My email's a crazy place. I get so many other crazy things. And it really is just, logistically that much better to have them all posted under the first required posting for every 2-week session. And your questions are going to be helpful to other students, so you want them to be in there so that we can see them and all see the answers. If you do need to email me, if you got something related to just you personally, not like your personal topic on your paper or whatever, not that kind of thing, but just something that, is just about you individually. If you do email me, if you email me through Blackboard, that is better, because then when it does come through to my email, then I see that it is from a student, and that helps me to make sure that I don't miss it. Let's see. So then if you look at the schedule, I have the work for each week due. The required postings are explained. And then, so each week, all you have to do is open up the folder for the weeks, and you will have that information. And then you will turn your work in the discussion forum. And you can see here, I have already put the what is due for the first week. So this is where you would post your work for the week, for the work that's due for weeks 1 and 2. Let's see, what else about Blackboard? I don't know. There's other things, resource link stuff. If you, and my grades. My grades is where you can look to see that you've gotten your points and that you have turned things in. So it is easy for students to go in there and be able to keep up with what they have turned in, what they haven't turned in. So that's very beneficial for you guys to use that. Okay, real quickly, and I'll give you more information on all these things later, but just to kind of give you the big overview of the class, we're going to be doing four main things. One of them is we're going to keep a journal, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit more later. It's and it's not the kind of journal where you're going to write your ideas about what you might want to write about, that kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do a lot of other things with journals, because one of the things that I want you to understand is journals can be used for all kinds of things, and writers use them in all kinds of ways. It's not just, oh, what are you thinking about, or here's an idea, write about that. Me personally, I never was real fond of having to do that kind of stuff in classes, but some people like it. But anyway, I will guide you on that. I will give you that information about how to do the journal. We will do writing workshop. Now, writing workshop is a very, very big chunk of what we'll be doing. And I have this Google document, and the link is in the folder. Go back to the schedule, week 1 and 2, and here's the link to the information about the writing workshop. So it's here on this Google page. I've given you this information just briefly. For our Wednesday face-to-face meetings, we're not all going to be there at the same time. I'm going to have you meet with me in smaller groups. So for the first week, I want you to sign up for a group that would be no more than 4 to a group. And all you have to do is go in here and sign your name. And you have editing permission. So when you open up this page, so you could, like say if I want to be in group 1, I would just type in my name. And then whoever the next person is could, put their name, and it's that easy. So for the first week, think about which group you want to be in, and then you can see down here, group 1, 2, 3, and 4 will meet on week 3, and here are the times. Week 4, the other ones, week 5, move that down. And then you can read this. This kind of gives you the idea of what we'll be doing. You'll be working with the other people in your group, and you will be looking at each other's writings, and you will be responding to the writers. Not editing. We're going to be responding, and we're going to be talking a lot about how you do responding. What are good practices and good strategies for that? And so as we move along and have these meetings, then I will, you will be able to use the things that we're learning and practice different ways to respond to writers. And one of the things about the journal, one of the things in the journal I'll have you do is write about the myths about writing. There's so many myths about what writing is, how it happens, what's good writing, what do good writers do. And so we'll talk a lot about that and try to help you develop more of an awareness of just, how writing works, that usually will make things, much more positive for you and then anybody you're working with to try to help them with their writing. Now, every week, every 2-week period, you will meet with your, or you will go over the writing that the people in your group have done, and then you'll write responses for all of the people in your group. If you want to, you can meet together as a group and do it orally. Now, if you do that, you will need to record it. And you can do group meetings in Zoom really easy. And you could record that and turn that in. That's an option. Or you could, even if you decided you wanted to call each other on, say, I don't know, Facebook. What's the other one? How you call and talk to different people. Those things can be easily recorded. So that's a separate thing. So every week, or every 2-week period, you will post that in the discussion forum. But then when you meet with me in the face-to-face group, when I meet with you, then you will talk to me about what you did. And we'll discuss all together about your responses, and the other things you could look for and other ways to approach some of that stuff. Some of you have asked about attending in Zoom, attending online. Some of you need to just be completely online, and that's fine with me. I'm used to teaching online. The thing you will have to do, though, is for these meetings, when your meeting time comes, you will need to make sure that somebody can open up a Zoom room so that you can be in that room. So that's just going to be a responsibility for you to take care of. Okay, so we got the journal, the writing workshop. The big project we'll do will be a podcast, and I did this last semester, and it went really well, and the students really seemed to like it. And I'll give you more information about that. That will be like our final big project. We'll work on it all through the semester, but I'll give you those details a little bit later on. And the other thing we'll be doing, and this kind of ties everything together too. We have these guiding questions for teaching writing, and you'll write 2 pages on each one of these questions. And we will do this. This will actually be your final, but we will actually practice on these questions probably at least two other times during the semester. And as we go through the semester, and you can be gathering information to help you answer these questions. And the other thing about these questions is whenever you have to take the certification test, these are the kinds of things that you have to be able to write about. And so you need some really good content. You need to make sure you understand and you're prepared for the kinds of things that you'll have to show you can do whenever you take the certification test. So we'll work on these as we go along too. You don't have to do anything with these right now. I'll get you started on these, in a couple of weeks, but I just kind of wanted to show you, just to give you a big overview. So, but for right now, mainly focus on, signing up for a group in weeks 1 and 2, so that in week 3 we can get started with that. And then in the schedule, you've got work for week 1, and I'll continue to fill in the rest of the weeks as we go. So anyway, good luck. I hope you have a good semester. I really appreciate all the hard work that you're going to do, how much you're going to help each other, how responsible you're going to be, and I think you'll enjoy and will learn some things about writing that will be useful to you and anyone you work with. So I will continue to make these little videos to update you, and so we'll get going and have a good semester, and I will talk to you later. So thank you very much.